Okay, so hi everyone, good evening. I believe I'm audible and visible to all of you. So please confirm me, guys, if I'm audible and visible. Okay, so yes, good evening, everyone. Okay, everyone, shall we start the class or shall we wait for more minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes? Yeah. So just wait for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, then we are going to start with the class. Yeah. Okay, fine everyone. So let's start with the class. So yesterday we had a induction session and let me show you a dashboard. So we have already uploaded a recording inside your dashboard. So those who were not able to join or those who have joined today for the first time, so maybe you can go to your dashboard and then you can check out the recording. So yesterday we just had a induction session. So we have not discussed anything like a serious. We were just talking about in general about a Euron platform, and then we talked about your batch, that how your batch is going to move, or like what kind of things we are going to do inside your batches, plus support services, many more things we have discussed. And that recording is already available, as you can see. So 1st November class induction. Likewise, so after every classes by midnight, you will be able to see a recording inside your dashboard. As simple as that, because it takes some time for us to convert those recording into a MP4 format and then transcode it and then upload it. So that's the reason by midnight, recordings will be available on the same day. So let's suppose if I'm taking a lecture today, so by midnight today's lecture will be available, and in a similar manner, so yesterday's recording is already available. So in case of if you have missed, please try to go through this one. But yeah, I don't think that you should spend much of time over here because it was just an induction session. Now let me set an agenda for today's class. So in today's class, what we are going to discuss. So first of all, we will try to understand in general that how generative AI is different. How generative AI is basically different from a traditional AI. So, what kind of a problem which generative AI is able to solve, which we were not able to solve maybe 3 year back, just 3 year back, right? Because the entire story of generative AI has started in a professional field or in a real time just 3 year back. So, it's a very new field, you can say. Apart from that, so we will also try to understand that what should be the ideal roadmap if I'm trying to, or if I'm planning to prepare for a generative AI in short, right? Because your syllabus itself is a roadmap basically. So if someone is looking for a roadmap, just go through a syllabus and that is the actual roadmap. So we'll talk about overall topics like this is something that you should know, that is something that you should know in that manner. Then we'll be talking about that. Let's suppose if someone is able to complete a generative AI, then what kind of a position you will be able to get, or for what kind of a position you are supposed to prepare. Then we'll be talking about even a salary component, that what kind of expectation you should have in general, once again, right? Because every company will be having their own criteria and their own salary like a scale, and based on that they are going to give you offer, by the way. So these are the things in general we'll try to talk about, plus domain wise we'll try to explore that what and all application we can try to build domain wise. So this is going to be the topic for my today's class. And then next class onwards, we will start doing a coding. We'll start understanding maybe a algorithm, maybe a platform, maybe a framework as per your syllabus. Simply, we'll try to move as per your syllabus. So whatever is mentioned inside the syllabus, we'll just try to follow that particular curriculum, and then we will start taking a classes. So even today's class which I am going to take, so it's coming from a topic number 1, which is a part of your syllabus. So are we ready, guys? Everyone, shall we start? Yep, everyone. Okay. No coding environment like Euron. So I think there is a lot of like coding environment available out there, which is now a best one. For example, a cursor. So I think you can use that part. Okay, so first of all, guys, any idea, anyone who can, and let's try to make it interactive, yeah. So let's try to discuss about things as much as you can. Let's try to participate as much as you can. So it's not like you should come inside a class and then just watch classes. No, it is supposed to be an interactive one. We should talk, we should discuss. So in that manner, we are going to move ahead. So, any idea, guys, why generative AI, what kind of a problem generative AI is able to solve, which we were not able to solve with the help of traditional AI? So, when I say traditional AI, so basically I'm talking about statistical modeling. I'm talking about machine learning algorithms, a deep learning field, or maybe a NLP field, a legacy one, basically. So, because generative AI is somewhere derived from a NLP or computer vision or deep learning, you can say. So any idea how this legacy AI is different from a generative AI or vice versa? Any thoughts? Anyone? Yeah, because AI is not new. We have been using AI since last like a 10, 12 year or even more in some of the companies. So Dhruv is saying very static data, fixed one. Now Gen AI bit more smart in taking decision. Okay, fine. Sid is saying that take question in human language, identify pattern. Okay, so you are generally talking about LLMs, by the way. Most related to automation. We have been doing automation. I mean, like automation is nothing new. We have been doing automation since last like couple of decades, I would say. Steve is saying generate a new content on a basis of trained data. Okay, fine. More tools. Okay, what kind of a tools? We had tools like even 3 year back or even 10 year back. Earlier, it was a discriminative model. Okay, now it's a generative model. Fine. Dhruv is saying accessible to almost everyone who knows natural language. Yes, that's a good point to make. Riva is saying traditional AI is not generating something by itself. It's just process the data which is available and give a result. But it generative AI generates a result by itself like a resume making or something. Fine. I'm just trying to understand your thoughts. Like I'm just trying to read out your mind that what do you think about this generative AI or in general AI? Traditional AI used to do our predictive analytics. Fine. Here in generative AI, we generate a new content. Okay, so more or less everyone's mind is aligned towards LLMs, chat GPT kind of a model. So it can generate. Okay, fine. More contextual understanding. Gen AI can actually create a new things like text, pictures, video, or music by itself. Okay. Generative AI creates a new content based on fine, proactive auto planning, goal based approach can use tool. Yes, that is correct. Gen AI based in taking decision, processing very huge data in second. Not true. Processing huge data in second. That part is not correct. First part is correct. Speeding up work almost every department. I'm like, yeah, that's the outcome. GPU, sir, maybe. I'm like, no, GPU was there. I'm like, yeah, we are getting better and better GPUs nowadays, but GPU was there. It's just a computation unit. That's it. Amit is saying it's like a Gen AI used to generate a context based on pattern, but AI is based on existing analysis and trained model. Okay. Mika is saying interact with a simple prompt to get desired result. Gen AI works on a existing data. Gen AI creates a new content. Okay, fine. So many definition, variety of definitions all of you are trying to give, and almost all of you are correct. I can't say that some of you are correct or maybe none of you are correct. Almost all of you are correct. Your understanding is correct, but generative AI is beyond that. Yeah, generative AI is basically beyond that. So let's talk about a legacy AI first of all. Yeah. So maybe you are not aware about the algorithm, but you might have heard about a prediction. You might have heard about a forecasting. For example, yeah. For example, we all used to book Ola Uber cab, right? We all book Ola Uber cab, and we have been doing it since a very long time. Uber is available in almost all the countries, and Ola is available in India. Now, if you remember 6, 7 year back, right? If you remember 6, 7 year back, so when we used to book a Ola Uber cab, so after completion of a ride, it will try to give you a exact fare, right? But nowadays, since last 5 to 6 years, so they have implemented a prediction based model, and your Ola Uber cab will be able to give you a fare even before you are going to start a ride. Means if at the time of booking, based on what? Because fare calculation happens based on multiple factors, not just on one single factor. A day, a time, a place, basically a traffic in that region, a demand, a fuel price in that particular region. So there are a lot of factor which comes in between, and travel time from point A to point B. And then we used to calculate a total fare. But again, so 5, 6 year back, they have implemented a predictive system. So where it will be able to do a prediction for your fare from point X to point Y at the time of booking your cab itself. Yeah. So that was a part of predictive modeling, or you can say like a kind of a machine learning model or kind of a deep learning model, which we have trained based on the previous accumulated data or historical data, and we have built a small model. Now, so whenever someone will try to book a ride, all of this new data, a current input will go, and then it will try to give you as a prediction for a price, right? A price prediction. You must have heard about a house price prediction kind of project. Everyone? Yes? Screen not visible. I'm not sharing it. I have stopped sharing. So I think my face is visible to all of you. Yeah. I'm just talking, right? I'm just talking about the things. So you might have heard about a house price prediction, one of the popular project on Kaggle repository, I believe, right? Kaggle made it very famous, and we all have gone through maybe at some point of a time, or maybe we all have heard about it, right? A house price prediction kind of a project. Now, again, same thing. So based on the historical house price data, so based on the location of the house, based on the surroundings and all the other parameter, we try to train some prediction forecasting model. And then when we are going to put new parameters, it is going to give me a new house price. Simple, right? Similarly, so we all have been watching Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, all of these platforms. So where system is going to give us a recommendation, or we all are using a social media platform. Every one of us are using social media platform, and everyone's feed is different. So my feed is not going to be same as your feed, because my feed depends upon my browsing history. So whatever I am browsing, and even our mobile is listening to us, right? So whatever we are talking about in a day-to-day manner, it is going to accumulate all of those data, and based on that it is trying to predict, or it is going to give you a recommendation, not a prediction, it's called as recommendation system, by the way. So it is going to give you a recommendation in terms of a content, whether it's a social media platform like Facebook, maybe LinkedIn, maybe Twitter, maybe YouTube, maybe a Netflix, maybe your Amazon Prime, or maybe any other content based platform. So they are giving you a recommendation. Even if you will go to Euron platform, so you will be able to see a recommendation tab. So based on your historical clicks, we are going to give you a recommendation. Now, the recommendation system that we used to build, right, before, maybe like a couple of years before, so it was purely based on a predictive model. So predictive modeling we used to like build, and based on that, so we try to give a prediction based on the user clicks, right? So whatever user is trying to showcase our interest. Similarly, if you will go to any shopping platform, for example Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, you will be able to see a recommendation. So let's suppose if I have purchased laptop last time, so this time again it is going to give me a prediction that okay fine, so you have searched this one, so I'm showing you this one. Maybe if you have purchased laptop, it is going to give you a recommendation for a headphone, for a mouse, for a keyboard, because system knows that okay, if someone has done a purchase, or maybe someone is looking for this, maybe that person, that someone will be interested into some other things as well. So again, a recommendation system. So what I'm trying to say over here is that AI is not new. We have been using AI since a very, 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 very long time. Then 3 year back, right? 3 year back, basically, OpenAI have released a model. I think we all know the name, a chat GPT model, right? So OpenAI have released a chat GPT model, and that has started changing our world, right? Like never before. And everyone have started talking about a generative AI. But yes, OpenAI have released that model in 2022, mid of 2022, you can say, right? But the actual story of this particular model, or this kind of a model, has started back in 2017 when Google have released one research paper. Any idea what is the research paper name? Yeah, Prakhar has already given us a name. So the actual story has actually started in 2017, where Google have published one research paper, and it's a very, very famous research paper. I used to teach that research paper a lot, and I believe anyone and everyone who is interested into a NLP or a generative AI, they are supposed to understand that research paper in detail, in depth, their entire encoder layer, their entire decoder layer, their transformer architecture, their attention layer, their encoding layer, everything, or their masking layer. So everyone is supposed to understand that one, even though like maybe by 50%, but yes, all of us are supposed to understand that research paper, and name of that research paper is basically attention is all you need. And again, so it's not like it was coming out of like nowhere. So basically, even before that, so we had a model. For example, we had RNN LSTM series, right? We had a GRU model. So basically, RNN based model. We had a CNN based model: LeanNet, AlexNet, VGG16, GoogleNet, DarkNet, InceptionNet. All of these are basically algorithm name, which I'm taking. Again, no need to remember, no need to take a note of it, right? We're just talking about it. So before that, we had a CNN based model, convolution neural network based model, and we had a RNN based model, which was able to understand images, which was able to understand even a text, or vice versa. You can say, you can interchangeably, you can try to use it. Which was like able to do some sort of a generation. So I'm not saying that this attention is all you need research paper. After that, we have started generating something. No, it was able to do a generation. And 6 year back, so I was like teaching those research papers. Even now, I used to teach those research papers. So those who like try to start from the very scratch. So basically, there was a problem. There was a problem in those models before 2017, before the release of this new research paper, attention is all you need. And the problem was very simple. Those model was not very good in terms of understanding a very long context. Long context means a complete sentences or a big amount of a data and a relationship in between, right? For example, if I'm trying to say something like, my name is Dhanshu Kumar. I am going from maybe Bangalore to Delhi, and I will be back by maybe today's evening. Now, if someone is going to ask a question that from where you will be back, yes, again, try to listen up. Yeah, my name is Dhanshu Kumar. I'm traveling from Bangalore to Delhi. I will be back by today evening. Yeah, this is my sentence, for example. Now, if I'm going to ask a question, or someone is going to ask a question that by when you will be back, or by when Sudhanshu will be back. So, what will be the answer? So, today evening, right? Yeah. So, by today evening, Sudhanshu will be back. Now, second question, right? From where he will be back? Delhi. Yes. So by when I will be back, maybe it's a straightforward because I have already mentioned it. From where, right? It's a new context that we are trying to generate, and maybe the legacy model that we had. So it was not very good in terms of understanding a context, in terms of building a relationship, in terms of focusing on one or maybe a multiple one, right, for one particular answer or for one particular keyword. And that was a huge problem, and because of that we were not able to generate we were able to generate, but we were not able to generate a meaningful outcome for a very very long context, maybe a code, maybe some sort of a solution, maybe some sort of a suggestion, the way we are able to generate it now from chat gpt, from perplexity, from gemini, from cloudist sonnet models. The way we are able to generate, we were not able to generate by using those legacy model. So then this research paper comes into a picture, and it has changed the entire game. And it has proposed a whole new architecture. This had discarded the complete old approach, and it has introduced a whole new architecture where a focus was to create a attention on one single pattern, or maybe one single token, or maybe on one single word, that what will be the relation of this particular word with all the other word, and maybe give a numbers, give a ranking, or maybe give a weightage for each and every words with respect to one single word, and it will do it for all the other one. Apart from that, it will even be able to remember that which is coming after what, right? Apart from that, it will be even able to understand that what will be the grammatical relationship in between, so that it can phrase or frame a sentence. Apart from that, so it can work for a very long window, or you can say a very long context. So this is where this research paper comes into a picture. Attention is all you need, and it was a game changer one. It has changed the entire legacy approach, the way we were like using a AI, and now the way we are using a AI. So it has changed the complete approach, and this is where a generative AI came into a world, or came into this entire universe. And we have started talking about, or everyone now, right? Even a person who is not aware about the technology, so they have even started talking about a generative AI, because it's amazing. It helps us a lot. It does a lot of tasks for us, and we all are using it since last 3 years. And day by day, adoption is increasing, right? Adoption is increasing. So obviously, I'll be talking about that research paper in your class. As yesterday, someone has raised a demand that it will be better if you can, talk about that research paper algorithms. So I'll be talking about it, and believe me, it will be very easy to understand. I'll be talking about that in such a way. But yeah, so this is where this generative AI came into a picture. So where we were able to do a prediction in case of a legacy AI. Now we have started talking about a generative AI. But when we say generative, we were generative even before, right? But we are able to generate even better and better context, better and better sentences, better and better data set. And then we have started talking about different kind of a generation, a text generation, image generation, speech generation, because everything is basically like I can convert everything into a numbers in terms of computer, right? And computer just understands a number, it does a calculation, and then finally we as a human, so we try to encode it or we try to decode it in our own way, maybe in our English language, or maybe Hindi or something, maybe in some speech, or maybe in some like a image format. And this is where the entire generative AI came into a picture. And we have a tons of application. So as many of you have mentioned about text generation, about image generation, about maybe a question answering, about maybe a code generation, all of these things are a core part of it. But beyond that, right, beyond this generation part, we can solve many problem. And a reason is very simple. Now we can talk to a machine in our own language. Before that, right, before that there was a bottleneck. If we have to talk to our machine, so obviously we should know or we should be aware about coding. Yeah, because we have been building IT industry is like a it's a 4 decade old industry, I would say, right? It's a 4 decade old industry, and we have been building a software. When we say that we have been building a software, it simply means that we are trying to build something which can talk to a system and then it will give me a response. And we say that, okay, fine. So this digital infrastructure or maybe this IT industry is solving this particular problem. And we have been building software since a very, very long time. We have been writing a code since a very, very long time. But we were not having a kind of a system which can understand our natural language in our own way, maybe in English, maybe in Hindi. And then after understanding it, it can give me a response. But now after this generative AI, or after you can say open AI model release, a very first model release, a GPT model, right? So we got a capability that, okay, I can convey my thoughts, I can convey my ideas to a machine in my own way. And we have then started talking about a generative AI. But like I said, that it's not just about generating a text or maybe chatting with ChatGPT Perplexity or any such AI interfaces. No, it's beyond that. When I can talk to a machine, I can control a machine, right? I can control a machine in my own language without even understanding a code. And obviously, that gives me a leverage to automate each and every day-to-day task. Each and every day-to-day task means literally each and every day-to-day task. I'll try to show you one demo, guys. Yeah. So which I have discussed in my morning batch itself, and you will be amazed. So, Selvi, are you able to see my screen? So I'll try to show you how I can talk to my machine, by the way. Yeah. So I have already discussed about this particular use case in a practical manner, code on a code label in my today's class itself. And let me tell you the context first of all, what I have discussed and what we have built. So basically, I have a Gmail account. Yes, I have a calendar and I have a seat. Fine. So I have a calendar, I have a Gmail account, I have a seat. Apart from that, so I have some data into my SQL system. Apart from that, I have some data into a MongoDB, no SQL system. Yeah. So data is available where? Let me open up my eraser and let me write it down. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, I have a date or I have a Gmail account. Then I have a calendar, Google calendar. Then I have basically my Google Sheet. Yeah. Then I have basically a data in my SQL DB. Yes. Any SQL DB you can say as of now. And then I have a data in my MongoDB, no SQL databases. So this is the things which is available to me. And these are the different kind of a system. So my Gmail is a different system, and my Google Calendar is a different system. My Google Sheet is a different system, and my data into a SQL databases is in a different system, and data into a MongoDB is a different system. Yeah, MonGO, MongoDB is in a different system. Now, just because of AI, I will show you a live demo that I can talk to my Gmail account. I can talk to my Google Calendar. I can talk to my Google Sheet. I can talk to my SQL databases. I can talk to my MongoDB databases, right? And then you will be able to understand that AI is not just about a generation, because generation wise, we all know. We all are using ChatGPT. We all are using Gemini. We all are using a Perplexity. We all are using basically a Llama based model. We all are using Yuri AI into Bev as well as into a WhatsApp, right? So I don't want to talk about that. We all are aware about a VO3 model, right? A Google model which can generate, amazing images, which can, like enhance my images in a much better way. So we all are aware about those systems. So I'm not going to talk about that because even layman will be able to talk about that particular part. We all are using it on a day-to-day life. But what I wanted to show you that just in my natural language, maybe Hindi, yeah, maybe Tamil, Telugu, Punjabi, Bengali, Malayalam, Odia, Spanish, French. I will be able to talk to my system. Yeah, I will be able to talk to my system, and that too in a different system. So if I can talk to this five system, I can talk to any system in this entire world, right? And I can just command my system, and I can say that do this, do that, do this, do that for me, and it will do it. I'll show you a demo now itself, right? So this is the actual power of a generative AI. You can command a system, you can control a system in your own way that you want, right? You can automate the entire processes by leveraging this generative AI things. So shall we go ahead? Shall I show you a demo, guys? Everyone, are we ready? Yeah. And don't worry. So this is coming from your generative AI batch one. So in your batches, we are going to talk about this kind of a system again, in a masses. So let me open up my Google Sheet. Or maybe from here I can try to open up Google Sheet. Let me open up my Gmail, and let me open up my calendar, right? I'm just trying to show you the power of AI. So I have my calendar, right? I have my Gmail over here, and maybe this particular sheet I can try to use. Yeah, this particular sheet I can try to use over here. Apart from that, so I have a database, SQL database. In that database, I have some tables, and I have like some data set over there. Now, this is a AI interface. What I can do, let me initiate with a new chat. Yeah. So let me initiate with a new chat, and let me check everything is attached. Yeah. So let's start with the Gmail first. Yeah. So I can just say tell me uh, or give me a list of all the mail that I have received in last 48 hour. Now let's see, right? Let's see. So it has started talking to my system, by the way, and I'll even show you. I'll show you my email account, the account which I have attached to this particular AI, and then the responses that it is going to give it to you. And if I'm going to ask this AI that, okay, fine, reply to this mail, reply to that particular mail, reply in this manner, reply in that manner, it will be able to do it. If I would like to set this entire platform on a auto reply mode, so by the time it will receive a mail, read the mail, understand it, send a reply back to that. So here it is telling me that these are the mail I have received on November 2. So meeting asset for WebDev is ready. Your receipt from Eraser is ready November 2. Lalit Mohan has joined this meeting from November 2. So whatever is there inside my mail, so it is trying to show me. Let's go and cross verify. So whether it is trying to fetch a correct information or not. And you will be able to see that it's fetching a 100% accurate information. Zoom 2, my asset for WebDev is ready. Eraser receipt. Zoom, Lalit Mohan has joined. Stanshu, 30% off Euron Plus. Lalit Mohan has joined your meeting. Meeting asset DSA with Python. So yes, it is able to fetch all the information, right? All the information. And I said that give me all the mail from 48 hour. And it is giving me all the mails from 48 hour. I have just asked it to list down, right? Maybe I can say that okay, do one thing. So like for this mail, for this mail, show me the full content. Yeah, in my own language, show me the full body, show me the full content, show me the full text or whatever information is available. You can just talk in your way. Maybe I can talk to this AI in Hindi. It will be able to give me a response, right? So see, it is able to fetch all the meeting or all the mail information. So subject was this, from this one, date is this one, and then meeting summary is quick recap, and next step is for student. So everything it is able to generate, right? If I'm going to ask this system to give a reply, right, send a reply, it will be able to send a reply. So mail part is working. How safe it is when connected to a personal account? I have seen that this is something which people used to ask frequently. See, everything is running in my server. There is no let's suppose everything is running in my server, and let's suppose there is no extra interaction with any other server out there. Then in that case, your entire solution is safe, and we can make each and every solution safe. There is a way for making each and every solution safe, which we are going to learn and we are going to even do a implementation for that. Okay, so this is one. Now let's suppose I have a seat, right? I have a seat over here. This is a particular seat. So in my Google seat, what are the information available? Show it to me. So it will be able to show me all those information. Okay, seat name, class data, total record, row seat. Okay, so fine. I have attached some other seat as well, and it is trying to fetch a data from that particular seat. Let me do one thing. So let me command this one that try to talk to. Okay, so try to talk to this seat and show me a data. Yeah. So I'm just commanding that, okay, just talk to this particular seat, not to any other seat, and then like give me all the data. Okay, so now it is able to give me all the information, name, phone numbers, Danshu, and this is the phone number, which is the exact information. Now, if I'm going to ask that okay, fine, do one thing. So try to insert a data like Euron as name, phone number is, and again, I'm making a lot of spelling mistake, but it's a AI. It will be able to handle each and everything. And courses is 65. Okay. So I have just given an instruction and just wait whether this data set will be available in this sheet or not. So I've just given an instruction to this one that, okay, try to add this particular data set. So let's see. Yeah. So you're on this and this. This is what I was trying to insert. And yes, it has inserted this particular information. So I'm able to talk to this particular seat. I can insert, I can update, I can delete, I can do whatever I want with respect to this entire seat. I can even try to analyze. Now, analysis wise, let me show you some amazing result over here. So here, I can simply say that show me all the tables from my SQL database. Yeah, show me all the table from a SQL database. So now it is hitting my SQL database. So I have my SQL database in a platform called as Neo database, NeoDB. I counted connection error while trying to access your Postgres database. The error indicate that database cannot be reached. Could not translate host name. Okay, you're on Azure Tech. No such host is known. Let me check the database part. This was my database connection string. Do you have an access of this? I'm just taking the access basically. I'm just asking AI that do you have an access of this database? Okay, so it is trying once again. Unfortunately, I'm still unable to connect a Postgres database. Try connection string append before a new database. It was working couple of hours back, so I'll just have to go and check my code. I haven't changed anything by the way. Let me talk to this. Give me a list of all the databases. Okay, so now it is telling me that we have this databases. So just give me a list of all the tables from my Neon DB. Yeah, maybe it's in a hibernate mode or it's in a sleeping mode. So because of that, so it's like maybe try to okay. So these are the tables which is available inside my database, by the way, the database which I'm trying to hit. And maybe I would like to check what are all order details are there. So give me or show me a data from order table. Okay, so whatever data is available inside my order table, so these are the data which is available inside my order table. So it is showing me all the information. Do one thing. I am working on a reporting site. I want to build an amazing revenue, REV, revenue, whatever it is, revenue report out of the data available in this database. Help me out and start generating all kind of possible reports that you can think of uh, in terms of getting an insights from my business. And do one more thing, try to show me a report by using a beautiful UI and use graphs and charts just like an amazing dashboard. Yeah. So I'm just saying that, okay, fine. So try to build a complete report for me and, just give me all the report, all the analysis, whatever you can think of, just do it. Maybe I'm not aware about all the KPIs as of now, right? So it is going to do analysis from that databases. There are multiple tables. All these tables are somewhere connected, and it will be able to build a report. I have even asked the system that try to build a beautiful UI report just like this. So this was the last execution. Now I'm trying to execute it in front of all of you, and now I will be able to show you the new report. And everything I'm able to do it just by writing some layman kind of a sentences. Yeah. Sir, after possible spelling is wrong. Doesn't matter for a AI. So this is where we are using AI, right? I have made a lot of spelling mistake, grammatical mistake. But we have a AI and AI can understand me. Yeah. So I'm just showing you the power of AI. So power of AI is not just like using Chat GPT or using a Gemini or using Perplexity kind of a system. So where we go, we generate images, we generate text, we generate latest news, right? Or maybe some sort of a suggestion. But we can control any system out there, any system with which we are interacting. Maybe our WhatsApp, maybe our Telegram, maybe our Discord, maybe our Slack, maybe our like complete cloud infrastructure. I can command each and everything. It's taking more time to give the output. So see, it is trying to execute a query, and my database I have hosted is on a free instances, right? So your query execution is taking more time, and as you can see, a SQL query, right? If you are going to write a SQL query, just tell me how much time you are going to take this SQL query. Most of us are aware about SQL query, right? Especially the experienced people. You must have seen, maybe you have not executed it, right? But so see, it is trying to hit my database. My database understands which language? A SQL, if I'm using a SQL DB, right? If I'm using a MongoDB, so in case of NoSQL, it is going to understand, right? Now it is trying to understand my language. It is trying to interpret my language. After interpreting it, it is trying to send a query to my databases, right? It is trying to send a query to my databases. My database will give a response. It is trying to again analyze those responses, as you can see over here, and then it is trying to build a beautiful, beautiful report for me in a beautiful UI dashboard, right? This is what it is working on. That's the reason you can see it is generating some HTML and CSS code over here. Yes. So if as a human being, if someone is going to ask you to write a query, so maybe just to understand my, like, this vague input, a layman input, right? You will take half of day of time or maybe more than that. Then you will go to a database and you will try to understand all the tables. Then you will try to understand all the relationship between table. What is primary key? What is foreign key? Which is connected with which one in many to many mode, one to one mode, one to many mode. So all this cardinality you will try to understand. And maybe after that, as a human being, you will be able to frame this particular query. It's not like you have to write select a star from employee table, right? It's like you have to understand my layman things, basically client. Let's suppose your client is going to give you some task in this particular manner. So you have to understand that. And after understanding that, so you have to basically understand your databases, its data, and then you will be able to write such kind of a queries, which is going to take a time. It is going to do the same job in no time, in a fraction of second. And yes, someone has told me that it is taking time. So yeah, it was taking time because it is trying to generate this query, and my database is like a sitting on a free instances. If I'm going to increase a size of the instances, it will be super fast. My AI is not taking that much of time, right? My AI is not taking that much of time. The actual query execution in my actual database is taking time. So if I have to reduce the latency, I can just increase the instances of my database. That's it. Yeah. So just wait for some time. Yeah. So now it has, it seems it has created a dashboard for me. So it is trying to like populate a final dashboard. So we can wait for maybe 1 or more minutes, and my dashboard, beautiful, beautiful dashboard as per my instruction will be ready. And this is my newly created dashboard in front of all of you. Yeah. So this is my beautiful, amazing, where anyone who will go through this dashboard, they will be able to understand a summary. They will be able to understand maybe about a business, that what is our total revenue, what is the total number of order, and it was all time. What was the total number of customer I had? What was the total number of product which has been sold? What was the average order value? What was the order item? Revenue by customer. So this Ellis Johnson has I was able to generate maybe a 1500 rupees from Ellis Johnson, from Bomb Smith 800 rupees, from the Charlie I was able to generate 450 rupees. Category by performance. So which category is performing better? So electronics category is performing better. See guys, you are not aware about database, right? You're not aware about my tables. I can show you that part just in no time, right? I can show you that part, but still, let's suppose I'm like I have just joined. I'm trying to understand the business, right? I'm just trying to understand your numbers, your statistics, and yes, in no time I'm able to understand. Let's suppose I just want this report every morning 9 o'clock before my meeting, before my stand up. Not an issue. AI will make it ready for me, right? I don't have to go and ask my junior, or maybe I have to go and ask an list that do this, do that for me. No, not at all. I wouldn't ask, right? My AI will work day and night for me, and then like it will be able to produce accurate result. Product and sales performance. So which product was sold most? Laptop, then a smartphone, then headphone, then desk chair, right? So order timeline, just in a beautiful manner, right? Just in a beautiful manner. So more than I have asked for, I can say. Yeah, more than I have asked for. I was not even aware about the KPIs, that what matrices it should produce, right? But it has produced automatically. If I'm going to give an instruction that give me or show me this stats from this day to this day, from this country, from this region, for this particular product, it will do even further analysis, basically, right? It will be able to do even a further analysis. Key business insights, so revenue growth, top performer, product champion, cross selling, order frequency, category mix, geographical leader, inventory insight. All of these key metrics it is able to give me. What should be the strategy and recommendation? So focus on high value customer, like a bundle strategy, category expansion, geographical expansion. So these are the business suggestion, right? So as a business leader, I'm getting some suggestions as well. Yeah, I'm getting some business suggestion as well, and it is created on November 2. So this is how amazing an AI is. I'm able to command my database. I'm able to talk to my data, maybe one table and maybe hundreds of table. I'm able to talk to five table as of now, right? I'm able to talk to my five tables, and it is able to understand the relationship between the tables. It is able to give me the data. Gagan is saying how many tokens will it consume? What's the cost of producing this kind of a report? Maybe cost of producing this kind of a report is not even 4 to 5 rupees INR. You can do a conversion into a dollar. So maybe some cents, 0.00 some cents. Yeah, not even 4 to 5 rupees. If you're going to hire a list, maybe that they're going to charge you more, right? They're going to cost you more. Plus, you have to again back and forth. You have to do a lot of interaction over there, and you have to guide them. You have to make them understand the business, make them understand the data, make them understand the relations between the data, make them understand what kind of a KPIs you are looking for. Many things, right? Technically you have to follow the entire process, which is a time taking process. And then even though they will be able to create a dashboard, but again, let's suppose tomorrow I'm looking for some different KPIs, some different matrices. Again, I have to raise the request that try to build this one. They will again take their own sweet time for that. But here I'm talking to AI, everything is done at my time, at my pace basically, right? So backend, it will connect to Power BI to create a dashboard? No. So I'm like basically creating this dashboard in HTML, CSS. Power BI is also dashboard creation tool, right? Drag and drop, bind the data, done. Yes. Can you schedule this report with a certain exactly? Exactly. This is what I was talking about. That every morning 9 o'clock, I want this report. System will generate, send it to my mail, send it to my WhatsApp, send it wherever I want. I think I've already discussed that project in generative AI one batch and other batches as well, right? Scheduling and reporting over all the platform that you are looking. Yeah, I have done that. Yes, I remember. We have done that basically. So we can try to like run like a scheduled job or cron job kind of a things, which will be able to eventually send a report. This is one form of a AI which I'm trying to show you. Only one form of a AI, right? Or use of generative AI. So technically, what I'm trying to convince you is that generative AI is something which understands your language, the way you speak, your tone. It understands everything. And if machine is able to understand your language, your tone, then there is no limit and there are infinite opportunities. And this is what generative AI has done. Generative AI has opened up a complete new, very, very big segment. So I do agree that it has disrupted a lot of segment, and because of that, people are losing their job. Maybe in a time they are not able to, they are not able to transition themselves. Maybe they are not able to adopt a new things, and that is true with every technology, right? Technology will come, it will create a disruption, sometime more, sometime less, but that's a matter of time, right? And intensity can be anything, but yes, it has created a whole new opportunity. The way we used to build a project, a software product, right? The way we used to do our reporting, the way we try to write a code, the way we used to interact with any software that we are using on a day-to-day life, maybe our email, maybe our Google, maybe our like Gmail, like calendars, right? It has literally disrupted each and everything for every one of us, and it has made technology that simple that even a non-tech person, right, even a non-tech person can use this kind of a AI and they will be able to run the entire show on their own. For example, lawyer, right? So there are different categories of the lawyer, right? So there are a set of corporate lawyers so who just work on drafting a different kind of a agreement, right? Different kind of a agreements. They take literally a lot of time, right? They take literally a lot of time. Now with the help of AI, and they charge a lot for that, right? They charge a lot for that. Again, auditing report, right? Companies charge a lot for that. Now everyone is trying to use an AI, and they are able to do all such kind of a task in no time. Obviously, there should be a human feedback, because you must have heard about one case from Deloitte, right? So Deloitte has given a report to Australian government, and the entire report was generated from ChatGPT, and it was, I think, a report from 2022 or 2023. So initial days of ChatGPT, and at that point of time, ChatGPT was hallucinating a lot. the kind of a chat gpt or gpt models we have seen in 2022 and the model that you are able to see now, again there is a huge amount of a differences you will be able to find out, right? So now in 3 year your model is this, these models are very powerful, right? So it has scaled almost 10x 20x. So can we trust this number, as these are so many like a moving part, although now seat is less and SQL schema is small, but for the large data set, see, before trusting a number, you can simply go and check a query, because at the end of the day, it is trying to execute this entire query on top of your DB. So maybe you can like connect with some analyst or maybe a person who understands your data, a business stakeholder, and then simply ask them that, can you try to cross verify this particular query? Because see, if this query is correct, can I say that my data will be correct? Yes. I don't have to go and check all the data. No, not at all. Right? I don't have to go and do an investigation over there. If this query is correct, everything is correct. Right? So I should focus on just this particular part in terms of doing a verification. Simple. Yeah. So yes, and again, so as AI is moving, as AI is growing, so obviously AI is trying to bring a lot of trust in all of us, and obviously now the kind of AI that we are able to see, and the AI that we were able to use maybe 2 or 3 year back, it was very different, right? Initial days of Chat GPT, and now it's very different, or any other model, Sonnet model itself that we are using over here. So this is how powerful this entire AI system is, and we are able to do something like this, which human is going to take maybe a week of time, maybe a month of time, right? Or maybe team of a human being is going to take month or week of a time, just in no time. This is one of the example, obviously, right? This is one of the example. Now, so this is where we are talking about a generative AI. So generative AI is not about generating something, but yeah, even commanding a system, controlling a system with the help of your natural language. Again, with the help of AI, AI has removed a language barrier, right? Language barrier as well. And as AI is getting more and more mature, you will be able to see that we don't have to learn maybe a multiple language in a near future. Maybe I just know one language, maybe my mother tongue, some, or maybe my local language. I can communicate with other person. And again, we have a translator, we have a better translator, but yeah, even with the feelings and all those things, sentiments, it will be produce more and more accurate, or maybe it will be able to phrase a sentences in a more accurate way, right? That other person will be able to you know anyone can talk to anyone basically. So this is where the power of AI comes into a picture. Likewise, we will see many AI powers in a different segment, in a different technology. So this is where, guys, I was just trying to explain you how generative AI is different from a legacy AI. I think you have seen a good demo for that. Now, so let's suppose if there is a person who would like to get into a generative AI field. Now, what that person is supposed to learn? So Gen AI, right? Roadmap. So what that person is supposed to focus on in general, and what that person is supposed to learn, let's try to talk about that particular part. So if someone is trying to learn a generative AI, first of all, that person is supposed to be good with Python, or I can say any other programming language, basically. This is a bare minimum requirement for any one of us, means literally for any one of us. Now, what is a second requirement? So again, if person would like to explore something from a legacy side, so which is going to be relevant, then person is supposed to go ahead with machine learning, deep learning, then statistics, then natural language processing, computer vision, all sort of things. But let's suppose if someone would like to get into a generative AI directly, then in that situation, so Python programming is completely fine. API is something that we all should know as a developer or even as a tester. So we all are supposed to be aware about the API. Now because everywhere you will be communicating with the APIs, right? You will be building an APIs, you will be consuming something from some APIs, consuming maybe a model, maybe some sort of a data from some API. So API understanding, which I always feel and which I personally feel that it's a very important, a fundamentals of API, building an API, testing an API, all sort of things. And this is where we are going to start our programming. So basic of Python lectures are already uploaded, so you can try to go through that. I will try to start my lecture in Python itself, but with API. So I will be using a fast API, which is one of the production ready framework, Pythonic framework for creating an API. And we are going to build a lot of APIs. The reason is very simple why I'm starting. Although if you'll check your syllabus, I have not mentioned API as a part of your syllabus, by the way, right? But yes, this is what I feel, that anyone who is going to do a development, anyone who is going to push a code into a production, anyone who is going to create a production grade system without API understanding, you will be stuck again and again and again and again all the time. So we are going to start our classes with the API, which is not even a part of your syllabus, right? You can say as a complementary, we can try to start. Now, after API, so we try to deal with a different kind of a data set. Yeah. For example, if we are like, building RAG kind of a system, then in that case, so we try to convert our data set into an embeddings, and then we try to, query those data sets. Basically, those who are not aware about embeddings, it's completely fine. In a layman manner, embedding means converting your language or your sentences into a numerical understanding or into a numerical format, which machine will be able to understand. That is something called as embeddings. There are different kind of embeddings which exist, and then different kind of a calculation. So all of those calculation we are going to understand, and we will try to understand those calculation and those stuff while understanding a vector database, vector based databases. So where I will be able to store this kind of a language, this line that you are able to see, after converting this line into its numerical format, I will be able to store it, and then I will be able to use it not just in one two format but into a multiple formats, right? So API is a place where we are going to start. Then we'll jump into our vector databases, and I believe vector database is a base which everyone is supposed to be aware about. You should also be aware about a SQL database, at least on a connectivity side. I'm not saying that SQL query or something. No, not at all. Connectivity side, that whether you are able to connect with a database or not, which is like you will be able to get it in like a 15-20 minute of time, right? Because if you are able to understand vector database, so anyhow you will end up connecting with a lot of databases. So SQL database connectivity, and then NoSQL database connectivity wise, only connectivity. I'm not saying that go and learn the entire SQL things. I'm not even going to teach you that particular part, right? Just connection, so that you can establish a communication, and then you will be able to fetch a data. You will be able to insert, update, delete all of those data as per the command. For example, if I have to build this kind of a system, I'm communicating with the database, right? It is system is writing a query for me, but I have just connected. I have just connected it, right? System is writing everything for me on behalf of me. So this connectivity is required. This is something that we are going to discuss. This is one part. Now, the next part is, so after understanding this NoSQL kind of a databases, we will try to understand RAG. RAG is pretty much popular in terms of building a enterprise grade application. So RAG full form is retrieval augmented generation. So let's suppose I'm trying to build a system, right, where system is supposed to give me a response on my document. For example, I have a like a HR department. In a HR department, so every company will be having a different kind of HR policies with respect to employee leave, maternity, or maybe paternity leave, or maybe a sick leave, and many things, right? With respect to a salary, with respect to a pause, every company will be having a lot of different kind of compliances documents. And let's suppose I'm an employee, or maybe I'm an auditor, I'm going to search. It should give me all the responses not from LLM but for my data. This is where RAG kind of a system comes into picture. If I'm like building a healthcare system, so I'm a doctor, and there are like thousands of patients, and I have to just type something about that patient, and system should give me all the historical report, summary, each and everything. So wherever my personal document comes into a picture, so out of that, system is supposed to understand and give me a response. We are going to talk about a RAG system or a fine tuning. There are two approach actually. One is fine tuning, one is RAG. So RAG is something which we are going to learn, and here we will build lot many projects that you can write directly into your resume. I have already mentioned yesterday that we will not wait for like a very last section. In between itself, we are going to build so many projects, right? A resume ready projects. So that is something that we are going to build. Then RAG system. So once we will be able to learn RAG system, then we are going to talk about basically a different kind of a framework. which is going to help me out in terms of building a agents, a smart system, a intelligent machine, so which can take a decision just like a human being, just like a me, for example, right, like this one, right? It will be able to understand, it will be able to take a decision automatically, and it will be able to do each and everything, right? So a kind of a agent. So we are going to learn a agent based system, and in that there are a lot of framework which comes into a picture, such as lang chain, lang graph, llama indexes, autogen, N8N. It's a UI based, like a, I can say, a framework. So autogen. So this kind of a framework we are going to discuss, and anyone and everyone who would like to learn generative AI, they are supposed to know that how to build an agent. So API was the first layer. Second layer was database, vector, NoSQL, SQL. Third layer is basically RAG. Fourth layer is basically agentic framework, agentic system, LangChain, LangGraph, Llama indexes, AutoGen, N8N, this kind of a framework we'll try to understand, and we'll try to end up building lots of different kind of agents basically. Then we are supposed to talk about MCPs, model context protocol. So where you can give access of your system to LLMs. This is where MCP comes into a picture, right? And I know many of these terms are new to all of you. That's completely fine. That's the reason we are talking about it, right? So that at least you will be able to understand what we are going to learn. I'm not asking you to remember any of this term, by the way, right? So tomorrow, if I'm going to ask you a question that, okay, what an all topic you should learn, I'm not like expecting that you will remember any of these things. But yes, I'm just trying to create a line in your mind that, okay, this is something that we are going to learn. And if you are trying to learn generative AI, you should go in this particular flow. Otherwise, you will stuck somewhere and you will not be able to build a final product. So MCP, model context protocol. Then there is something called as A2A, agent to agent. So how one agent can connect with, just like a human being. So how I can talk to you, you can talk to someone else, then that someone else will come back to you, then you will come back to me. So this kind of a communication between a system to system itself. So A2A, agentic process, we are going to learn, right? A2A is same as MCP? No, not at all. A2A is not at all same as MCP. Both are different protocols. Yes. So yeah, MCP has been invented by Cloud. A2A has been invented by Google. That's true. But yeah, both are different like protocols. Okay. Now, so this is the part of agentic, by the way. So when someone says agentic, this is something which comes inside agentic. These framework we try to use and make any system agentic, smart, basically. Smart. Agentic means in a layman manner, it's called a smart system, which can take a decision automatically on its own. Then we are going to talk about a model fine tuning. Model fine tuning means, let's suppose we have a chat GPT model. So chat GPT have released recently chat GPT OSS 20 billion parameter model and 120 billion parameter model. Likewise, if you'll go to Hugging Face, so basically Hugging Face is nothing but a repository, right? You will be able to find out 3 lakh model in a different segment. 3 lakh, just imagine 300K models, right? So how, based on my own data set, how I will be able to train that model? Obviously not in local, right? Because in local, you can't train the production grade model in a GPU, by the way, right? I'm going to show you how training actually happens in a real time, how inferencing actually happens in a real time, because everyone has created a model, chat GPT, Cloud A. Even inside a URI, we are using some proprietary model and we are using some open source model. So for open source model, we go with the self deployment. For proprietary model, we consume their APIs. For example, chat GPT. But for example, Llama model, if we are using, it's an open source model. So we have self hosted it. So whenever you are going to hit URI API, actually you are hitting our server, directly our server. You are not hitting someone's API or someone's like someone's else server. You are hitting our server, by the way. So how to train our own model, and then how to host those models so that it will be able to do a inferencing not just for one, maybe 1000 people at a time. It will be able to generate, how you will be able to even track those tokens that you are able to see inside a URI API ecosystem. We are already doing it. It's a live example. You can go and check even now inside a URI API system. So how, because most of the time, if inside an industry, so again, many people try to train their own model. For example, banking industry, finance industry, healthcare industry, they don't rely on anyone's else model. right? They try to train it on their own data. And obviously, every industry is doing it. Every industry, even a small one nowadays, is doing it. So we are going to learn that, and that too not in my system, not in your system, in a GPU, in a real manner, right? GPU H100, by the way. So model fine tuning and then model inferencing means hosting over a cloud inside a GPU for inferencing. So there are multiple different kind of a technique that we have. Then obviously we'll try to learn Gen AI in cloud. So there are multiple services which is available on AWS, Azure, and GCP. We'll try to explore all of those services as well, because cloud part is important. Whenever you are going to build a product, obviously you have to use a cloud, right? Or maybe you will end up using your own bare metal. So we should understand both the aspect, by the way. So generative AI in cloud, we are going to explore, we are going to understand. Then we have to understand even a operations ops part, basically, right? You can layman way you can say ML ops or LLM ops, right? Ops part, that how for one single product I can try to build a system like a dev system, UAT system, and a production system. How from dev to UAT to a prod, anything is going to move. Any product that you are going to build is going to move. How you will be able to keep a check on each and every layer, how you will be able to do a testing, or system will be able to do a testing automatically, how it will be able to go on scale for maybe a one hit, or maybe for a 1000, or maybe for a 1 million hit in a second, or at a time concurrent hit. So all of these things will come into the ops part. So that is something that we are going to explore. And then project for resume. But like I said, before we'll reach here, you will be having multiple project for resume, right? Not just one. For example, today morning I have discussed this one in a very very detailed manner, and I have even discussed about how to mention these projects inside a resume. And we have not completed the batch. We have not even started the project. So same thing is going to happen even in your case. So this is a roadmap, guys, for anyone and everyone who is going to learn generative AI on any level, right? If you are starting as a fresher, if you are starting as maybe a someone who is having 2 3 year of experience, or 10 year of experience into an industry, maybe into a different field, maybe into AI field, doesn't matter at all. If you are starting your career, or you are willing to start your career as a person who is having 16 17 or 20 year of experience inside this industry, you are supposed to be aware about all these things. Now when I say aware, level of awareness will be different. Those who are going to build, they need even a low level understanding. Those who are going to manage, or those who are going to direct, they need high level understanding, right? But all of you need that understanding. Without that, you will not be able to move. So Akash saying blue score model evaluation, obviously, see, if you are building a model over here, you will evaluate, right? Yeah. And blue score is not the only criteria to evaluate a model, right? So there are different kind of a scoring criteria. There is different kind of a evaluation criteria that depends upon the task, because one model is going to perform one kind of a task, and for that kind of a task, a particular evaluation criteria will be applied. As simple as that. So that you will come over. I'm just talking about high level topic, right? I'm not just going inside the topic as of now, because uh, it's not worth discussing about it, right? I have clearly mentioned that roadmap. Now, when I'm talking about roadmap, I should not talk about that. Okay. So doesn't matter on which label you are as of now, right? You all have to go through all of these things. But yeah, intensity is going to be different, right? Label that you are going to explore in each and every segment is going to be different. But you must be aware about it. Even if you have 20-year experience, or even if you have 2 year or 0 year of experience on a different level, right? How the system connects, how the system is actually going to work. So now, is it fine, guys? Roadmap. Now we know all know on a 10,000 from a 10,000 feet that what we should explore, what we should learn. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now, this there is a lot. There is a lot in terms of what? I mean, like, these are the high level topic. There are so many things, and for that so many things, please go and check your syllabus. So you will be able to find out so many things. There is a lot to learn. I mean, like, no, believe me, it's going to be a very interesting journey. It's going to be a very interesting learning when you will see, right, that you have built something and things are working. You will enjoy, and that will give you, a dopamine hit, and you will think that, okay, fine, I should go and build more. I should go and explore more. If you're not building it, then it is going to be boring. It is going to be hectic. You will feel like I'm learning something, just like old school days. It will feel like burden on you. Yeah. But otherwise, it will not feel burden on you if you are building something. Fine. Gagan is saying 80-20 principle. Which concept do you think is the most crucial core of generative AI? That all of these concepts are actually a core concept. On top of that, there are another 200 plus topics. I have already written like a core concepts only core. Yeah. What is inferencing? So inferencing is nothing but, let's suppose you are chatting with a chat GPT. Technically, you are doing a inferencing. Means you are sending a request and means query you are trying to fire, and then model is able to generate a tokens and it is giving you a reply. So that reply is called as inferencing of the model in a technical term. Otherwise, we say chat. Yeah. So these are the things, guys, that you are supposed to know, you are supposed to understand. Now, coming to the next section. So hope all of you are able to get a little bit of understanding. Not like 100%. I'm not assuming that you should get 100% of understanding as of now. Now, coming to the next part. So what kind of a job role or what kind of a position you all will be able to get, or you will be able to like apply for, or you will be ready for. So here, position wise, let's suppose if you have experience somewhere between 0 to 2 year. Yeah. So let's suppose you have a 0 to 2 year of experience. So in that case, you will be able to basically get a position as a junior or a fresher or maybe a associate Gen AI engineer or AI ML engineer as well. Although you have learned Gen AI, but yeah, position varies and roles varies because every company will be having their own hierarchy, by the way. So if you are going to join a startup, different hierarchy, MNCs, different hierarchy, product based companies, they will be having their different hierarchy and different bands basically. So 0 to 2 year in general, so you will be able to get a junior slash fresher AI ML engineer, or right, or maybe like a Gen AI or generative AI. It's not a Gen AI basically, it's a generative. So position wise, it's called as like a generative AI engineer. Yeah. So if you have 0 to 2 year of experience in general, now what will be the salary? Any idea, guys? Salary wise, salary 0 to 2 year. Yeah. In general, see, if you are going to join a startup, right? If you are going to join a startup, so in general, 4 to 5 lakh initially. If you are going to join a well-funded startup, right? A big one. And if you have expertise, if you are able to showcase your skill, and they are in a desperate hiring mode, they need someone to take care of something, then it will also go towards a 10 to 12 lakh. But in general, 4 to 5 lakh. If you are going to join maybe a TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Capgemini kind of a company, so I think we all know the package, right? Let's not talk about that part. At least we all know like what package they offer in India for an engineer. If you are going to join a product based companies, then again 12 to 15 lakh, that is something that you can expect. But as a good Gen AI engineer, on an average 4 to 5 lakh, and I don't want to exaggerate things. I don't want to, unnecessary talk about packages the way people used to talk about packages over a YouTube, because that is just a hype. That is not a reality, by the way. And you should also understand that part. Sooner you will be able to understand, better it will be, by the way. Yeah. So 4 to 5 lakh of package, let me write it down. So on an average from an industry standard, and again, I'm talking about the average student. I'm not talking about someone who is genius, who is like scientist. Obviously, for a genius, for exceptional people, companies and anyone can go till any extent. So again, I'm not talking about their valuation. I'm just talking about people like me and you, right? We are normal people, right? So we're just talking about normal people who like understand things and who can build things. So I'm talking about just that kind of a people. So 4 to 5 lakh, not per month, year. Yeah, year you will be able to get. But again, this package in a product based companies can go even till 10 to 12 lakh. 10 to 12 lakh in general, in product based. And this is in all the other companies, startup or maybe MNCs, you can say. So this is the package expectation that you can try to keep if you are fresher. Now, coming to the next segment. Yeah. So here, let's suppose I have an experience of maybe like 3 to 5 year. Next segment. Yeah. 3 to 5 year of experience if I have. So in that situation, I can, so what I will be called, by the way? So I will be now called as a not junior. So I will be called as a AIML engineer, or maybe label one, label two, SD1, SD2, something like that. SD1, not two, I would say. But yeah, SD1, SD2, SD1 kind of an engineer, or maybe just AIML engineer, or like maybe associate. The associate is technically a fresher in most of the company. So this you will be called in general. So let me write it down here. Uh, so here junior, and then I'll write normal AIML or generative engineer. Yeah. Or label one. Fine. Package wise, so here you can keep an expectation, because as you will be having an experience by this time, right? You will be having experience by this time, so you can expect that you can get maybe somewhere between uh, 12 to 25 lakh. Again, I'm including a product based companies as well, so I'm not trying to exaggerate over here. I'm just trying to include product based companies, so I'm just trying to give you a range. So 12 in general, 25 product based companies, right? So when I say in general, means MNCs and a startup I'm trying to consider over here. Lakh per year. So this is the expectation that you can keep from yourself. Now coming to the third label. So third label where you will be able to get or people will consider you as a person with the enough experience, and that layer will fall somewhere between 5 to 8, or you can say 5 to 10 year, right? Now here, so people will start calling you basically senior AI engineer, or you can say Gen AI specialist, or even by this time Gen AI lead you can become 8 plus 7 8 plus. So people even can hire you for a Gen AI lead kind of a position. So this is a big bracket, right? 5 to 10 year is a big bracket. So senior AI engineer or Gen AI specialist or maybe Gen AI lead. So this is something as a position that you will be able to get. Again, every company will be having their own label for like a experience. But yeah, in general, this is what you can like call yourself. Now, industry wise, if I'm talking about a package, so package wise, you can say that you will be able to get somewhere between uh, 25 to 50 lakh per year. And I firmly believe that a person who is having 10 year of experience, or tentatively 10 11 year of experience, they must be having a package between 40 to 50 lakh. Even in a, if you are like a progressing in with the normal course, right? Means like you are not very like extra talented, or you are not like a genius, but still you are supposed to fall under that bracket by the time you are having a 10 to 11 year of experience, because most of the people inside our industry whom I know, they have that package, right? So in general I'm talking about, and that should be a bare package. If you don't have this kind of a package, then you are in wrong company, you are in wrong position, or maybe you are into a wrong technology, right? So you should do some sort of a introspection in that situation, that why I'm not able to reach there even in 10 year of time, because 10 year is too much of time. You have spent 1 decade in 1 decade of your like entire life into a IT industry, and you have already learned a lot, you have already done a lot of work. And if you're not able to get a package, so it simply means that maybe you have done some sort of a time pass. You will say that I was not able to get a good project, I was not able to get a good opportunity, I was not able to get a good client, I was not able to do a upskilling on time. Means something is wrong. Simple, right? Something is wrong, and it should look inside you. So that's a warning stage, right? That's a warning stage. And given a current situation, right, given a current situation, so it is going to be a warning stage, by the way, because by the time you will be having 10 to 11 year, your package should tends towards a 50 or closer to a 50, somewhere between, right, 40 to 50 you are supposed to be, because package is a right evaluation criteria. How much knowledge do we hold? no one can evaluate, right? Maybe I have a lot of knowledge, but I'm not able to generate that kind of outcome. What is the use of that knowledge, right? And many people face that kind of a problem. That is real, by the way. So you should do some sort of introspection. You should talk to yourself as frequently as possible, maybe daily, right? You should talk to yourself, not to someone else, to yourself, and then you should find out that what I should do next. Yeah, and do that for next 6 year, 6 months, maybe for 1 year, and rectify it. Yes. Krishna Pratap Vidula is saying, I'm in wrong company. Okay, as I like, see, every one of us will be having a different story. Believe me, if I'll start talking about this story, all of us will start talking about different story, different context, different scenario, different situation, which is pretty much okay as a human being, right? There is nothing wrong. But as soon as you are going to realize it, maybe after some time, maybe after 10 years, right? If I'm able to realize it, then again it's my responsibility not to do a same mistake for a very long time, rectify it, right? So yeah, because it's a human thing, right? We are not robot, so it's not like we run on some commands, or we follow some finite patterns. It's a very random pattern we as a human being used to follow, right? Now, so next bracket is which bracket? 10 to 10 to 15 year bracket. This is the another bracket. Yeah. So if you are falling inside this particular bracket, then what you will be called in general. So principal, manager, lead, architect. So this will be the name which will be given to you in general, right? Principal AIML architect, or engineer, or maybe a manager, or maybe like a lead, or maybe architect. Now, what will be the bare minimum, or what should be the bare minimum salary package that you should expect? So you should expect in general, let me write it down here, right? So you should, as per like a Indian standard, right? So somewhere between 50 to 1 CR. This should be the per year. Again, when I say 1 CR, it simply means that I'm talking about 15-year people, not in general 10-year people, right? I'm not saying that 1 CR package, because in general it is not going to happen. It takes time. 15, 16 year is a minimum, like which it takes as per like a Indian market, basically, right? So this you are supposed to get. Again, if you're not getting it, you are in wrong company, maybe in a wrong side, wrong position, wrong team, whatever you can say, right? You can just call it. Now there will be a next, or as per me, a last segment, because beyond that, I don't think that like anyone need my advice. Beyond that, people will be on a CXO position. So 15, 16 to 20 year, right? 20-year plus, because after 20 year, people will be generally on a CXO's position. So they will be like a part of C-suite in general. Nowadays, so even people who is like having 8 to 10 year of experience, even they used to get into a C-suite, but that's an exceptional situation. Now here, what people will call you over here. So basically here, maybe chief AI officer, director, VP. I'm not talking about a VP in a banking or financial segment. VP is very different term, or very vague term in a financial industry, right? Even 6 year guy, you will be able to find out them like their label as a VP, right? Or maybe a junior VP or senior VP, something like that. But I'm talking about standard as per the tech industry, a flow as per the tech industry, because in financial and banking industry, it's very different. Nomenclature is very different, right? If you will look into that, you will get confused. You will feel confused, or over there, right? So here, chief AI officer, or maybe director, or you will be holding a this one, or maybe a practice head, basically. You will be called. And here, so if I'll talk about maybe a package, so here package is something that you negotiate. So there is no fixed package, because many companies will try to offer you their like a revenue percentage as well, or maybe the deal percentage. Let's suppose you have cracked some sort of a deal with some sort of a client. You are handling 10, 20 clients, right? And revenue is coming through your project. So they will offer you a different kind of a perks. Negotiate, right? Obviously it should be more than this, right? If this fall under this bracket, so obviously this should be more than that one, right? But yeah, you negotiate basically, and your perks will be very, very different. So this is a year of experience, guys. This is what in general you will be called, right? And this is what a package is it clear to all of us? Are there any certification in generative AI? From Euron, you will be able to get a certification. And again, there is no other certification will not work much in case of generative AI. Are we covering OOPS cloud part in detail? We are covering something which is required for a generative AI. As simple as that. Kamal Raj, are these topic will be covered in one session? I mean, one topic per session. Kamal Raj, see, we are talking about a live classes. Your class has been taken by a human being, which is me. So we can't define that. Okay, fine. So in 1 hour, this much topic, maybe people will not be able to understand. I used to explain same topic 5 times, right? By giving a five different example. So it's a human thing, right? If you would like to get some sort of experience, then just go and watch a previous class recording, which is already available inside a dashboard, ongoing batch of generative AI 1.0. Yeah. So you have that luxury at least. It's a total or relevant experience. Actually, it's a total experience which I'm talking about, right? It's a total experience. I'm not talking about the relevant experience at all, because if someone says that a 15, 20 year of experience I have in AI, now in most of the industry, 8 year back or 10 year back, we were not even knowing about the AI, right? Obviously, AI was there. There are very few percent of people, and especially not in India, right, where people are working into an AI. So it's a total experience which I'm talking about, by the way. 14 year in other technology, 2 3 year in Gen AI, then what should be the expectation? So same expectation year wise. I'm talking about total year of experience in whatever recent experience you have. Maybe you have just 6 months of experience in generative AI, but in your resume you are showing 2 to 3 year of experience. That's okay. But in total you have maybe 14 15 year of experience. Yeah. Because no one can say that I have a 10 year of experience in generative AI, right? Generative AI market itself has evolved in 2022, 3 year back. Okay, it will be covered architecture point of view. Yes, it will be covered. Are this number after generative AI skills or total expertise? See, I'm talking about a data market in general, a data science market, AI market, or generative AI market. As per data industry or data market, I'm talking about all of these numbers. Simple. Yes. So technically, I'm talking about a AI market. Based on AI market, this is the number which has been defined. And this is what you should expect. Yeah, Krishna Pratap, I think I am able to give you an answer. Kisla is saying, okay, total, I think I have already given experience, answer to that. Total experience you're talking about, okay, it's fine. So recruiter asked for relevant experience, what to say, I have overall 10 to 14 years. See, at least you should showcase 2 to 3 year, maybe 2 year or one last year of experience in generative AI. And before that, whatever experience that you have, convert that into a AI field or maybe into a data field. That we will discuss once resume will come. So first of all, focus on learning, and then we'll come to the resume part. I'll help you out in that matter. Yeah. So when you will prepare for the resume, I'll help you out. What you should write, what you should not write, everything we'll be talking about inside a class on an individual level, not in a generic way, because resume is something which is personal, right? Which is unique to every one of you. So you can take this snapshot, guys, take this screenshot, and then keep it with you. Whenever you feel confused, check this here, check the package, check the position, start working. Yeah, that should be at least temporarily, that should give you a dopamine hit on a daily basis every morning. And for this, you should work, and even for more. Yeah, even for more, you should wake up every morning and then you should start working on it. Now, so this is all about a roadmap. I have already shown you that generative AI is not about just a generating, right? So generative AI is not just about generating something. Generative AI is beyond that. It's commanding, controlling a system, automating a things, which I have already shown you a demo. We'll try to talk more and more about it as we will progress inside a lecture, because the whole lecture is all about generative AI. Now, apart from that, what I generally suggest to our people that try to Work on your networking from a day zero, because networking is something which never happens in a single day. No one will become your friend, and no one is going to help you out tomorrow when you will be in need, unless and until you have a very, very good tuning for at least a substantial amount of time. That depends person to person, right? Every person is having a different nature and then different like personality. Every person carry, by the way. So start doing a networking. We are living in a world of social media. We are using our mobile for 4 to 5 hours per day. That's a 6 hour or 5 to 6 hours is the average like a screen time for any Indians. That's a Indian screen time, which is one of the highest in the world. At least try to use 5 to 10 minutes of that to do some sort of a social media networking. How? Build some project, maybe like a explore something, try to put up inside your GitHub. Anyone over here who is not having a GitHub repository so far? Anyone? Just say yes or no. Anyone? Saurav is saying you didn't .NET. Yes, Saurav. Yes. Yeah. Then it's wrong. If you don't have a GitHub repository, go ahead now, create it. At least go to github.com, do a sign up. Don't do anything. I'll teach you anyhow that how to push your code and how to check in inside a GitHub repository. But you should have and you must have a GitHub repository, by the way. First thing. Anyone who is here who is not on LinkedIn? Okay, Gitesh is saying that he's not having a LinkedIn. Again, it's bad, right? Go create your LinkedIn, upload your profile picture, make it authentic, and then on a regular basis, whatever you are exploring, whatever work you are doing, whatever like a project you are trying to build, try to share with a people. It's not like I mean like see your follower, your network will increase, people will start connecting to you, people will start giving you an opportunity once you will produce something valuable. It's not like you will just produce something, write something, and then people will start following you. No, that is not going to happen. Many people does that and they will never be able to increase the network. We are living in a digital era where showcasing your work is important. Just by saying that I know this, hire me. In today's world, no one is going to give you an opportunity. Believe me, no one means literally no one is going to give you opportunity in today's world. If you just say that, prove it. And before that, before proving it, I don't want a proof even. If you have a proof, give it to me. I'll check by myself. Give me your GitHub repository. You are posting your work on LinkedIn, I'll just see your work. If I like your work, you will be able to get a lot of ad hoc opportunity and a permanent opportunity, and people will hire you. People will give you a lots and lots of opportunity, uh, permanent, maybe ad hoc, maybe temporary, maybe any for anything, right? People will give you. And many of my students who has taken this word seriously, they are doing it since a very, very long time, right? Since a very, very long time. And they are able to get a regular benefit. This part takes time. So that's the reason I'm telling you, start from today as a ritual. Do it tomorrow, do it every day, at least once or twice, right? Every day. Put something valuable, post something valuable inside a GitHub, upload something valuable, right? So that people will remember you. And when they will need someone, they can reach out to you, they can call you basically, right? So this is how you will be able to build, because at the end of the day, through that medium itself, you will have to look for the next job. Part number one. Part number two, you have a lot of people in your group itself, right? Try to maybe like create your buddy, try to find some like-minded people, your study partner, sit together, try to work on a small project. Maybe you are trying to build some startup, some product, right? You have a lot of people in your group. Try to search for like-minded people, maybe who can become your next co-founder, founder, or maybe not. Forget about it, right? Maybe they will work under you, right? But start doing something, start activating yourself. I'm not saying that you should work 18 hour, 20 hour. No, not at all. Normally, as per human capacity, you should work, right? If you are able to work just 2 3 hours per day, it's completely okay. There is nothing wrong in that. Do it for a very, very long time and do it daily. That is something which is important, because 99.9% of people, us basically, we are not able to maintain the consistency. If you look into yourself, you will be able to find out the answer that whether you were consistent in your past or not, and that creates a problem, right? So that is my advice. So if you don't have a LinkedIn, do it. Go ahead, create it. right? Start posting something valuable, some advice, whatever. Let's suppose you have explored this one, post this one, it's fine. Tomorrow we are going to learn something, post that one. I'm not saying that tag me, don't tag you on, it's completely fine. Just increase your network, right? I'm talking about you, your network building, so that you will be having a valuable network after certain point of a time. And again, people who is having 10 to 15 year of experience, they are aware about this particular fact that after 15 year, after 14 15 year of experience, no one gets hired by applying for a job. Everyone gets hired by going after the referrals, at least 90% inside the industry. So if you have that kind of experience, obviously a referral is going to work for you. And in that case, your physical network, your digital network is going to work. So that's my final advice, guys. That's all for my today's class. That's all I had to discuss. Hope I'm able to make myself clear. Plus, like this particular portion, plus what we have to do. Now, next class onwards, what we are going to do, we will start, like I said, from API. Yeah, from where? From API. What is the task for all of you? So inside your dashboard, lectures are already, this is 2.0, right? So some Python lecture, it's a pre-recorded one, so you don't have to, go through a lengthy lecture. It's a short lectures, by the way, that I've created, not a live class lecture. So it's a dedicated lecture which has been recorded for someone who can go into a very, very fast track. So just try to go through some of this lecture as much as you can by spending 40 minutes, 50 minutes of time on a daily basis for next 5 days, right? And then come to a next class. Yes, come to a next class. Our starting point is going to be API. But before that, obviously a system setup is required, right? So we have to configure our system. We have to install some software, or maybe like a Python we have to install. So before that, we'll do all those like installation and setup. And if you are going through this Python lecture, we have already talked about it. But still, in my class, I used to talk about a system setup from the scratch. So no need to do any kind of a system setup. If you are already aware about Python, come to the class, we'll start with the API part. Yes, theory, practical, both in practical manner, in a very, very depth manner. And you will be able to understand then that how entire IT infrastructure communicate between each other. This is where you will be able to understand in our API classes. Is it making sense? Yes, everyone? Yeah. Any doubt? Anyone? Any thought that you have in your mind? Can you share GenAI flow diagram high level? GenAI flow diagram. This is the, this is something API vector database which I have mentioned. That is the flow, by the way. Yes. Okay, so it's pretty much clear to all of us. Now, if you have something unique in terms of, I was exploring your courses and found system design masters DSA with the Python master class module. Particularly interesting, however, notice that content of this module is currently not available. Yeah, for that it's not available. For system design, so basically there is a lecture from Anjali Seal. She is a mentor from Microsoft, by the way. She has taught system design in a very well manner. Many people have given a feedback and comment that because of that lecture, they are able to crack a system design interview. I'm talking about a recent comment. So you can try to go through that. She is from, and my lecture is incomplete. It's a hybrid courses. So basically on a scheduled manner, I used to publish some of the lectures. But yeah, we have a system design courses from that. Second, DSA. So live courses from a Google mentor, Ramendra, is going on, right? So he has already started a DSA. I believe yesterday he talked about the lead code problems, and today also he is continuing with the same thing. So you can try to follow that particular one. For a core concept, a core generative AI, data science, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, you can follow all of my lecture back to back. Yeah. Which course? System design? Just try to search for system design. You will see a name of Anjali Seal. This one. Now let me show it to you. So everything is available on like a search. So for example, you are going to Euron, system, SYSTEM, system design. See the very first one, Anjali Seal, this lecture. Yeah, this one. So click over here. It's a completed one. I'm also trying to create my own, but because of like a time crunch, I'm not able to do that, which I will be doing it, obviously. Same for generative AI master. For generative AI, I think we have so many courses. I think we have 10 to 15 courses in Hindi as well as in English. We have surplus courses in generative AI. Just like say the topic and we have that. As simple as that. We have like literally 10 to 15 courses. Mainframe AI integration is possible. I would like to leverage it's possible. Mainframe, I'll have to check possibility wise. Obviously, it must be possible, but yeah, as I'm not aware about a mainframe, so technology wise, aware about it in depth. I'm saying like on a like a uh, code level, system level, and infra level. I'm not aware about that, so I can't comment more on that part. But yeah, everyone is able to like integrate, so I think it's possible. For coding, cursor AI plays important role. We do a vibe coding. Even in your class, I'm going to teach you that how to do a vibe coding. And I was taking a classes for children's today, and you will be amazed to see that what children has created. So children has created a lot of good stuff, in a past. By which, by the way, I publish the demo, so maybe you will be aware about that. Yeah, but yes, we are going to use a vibe coding for that cursor AI, cursor basically. Okay, now, okay, so you can raise your hand, guys. Those who have like some unique question which has not been asked, and let's talk about it. Yeah, in a like one-to-one mode. What are the prerequisite? Nothing. Just go through a Python, as I told you, right? Just try to go through, which is already uploaded inside your dashboard. You don't have to go anywhere. This is your dashboard, right? Generative AI Certification 2.0. And you can click on continue learning. Try to spend 40-45 minutes of time or max to max 50 minutes of time for next 5 days on this Python. Try to cover as much as you can. Apart from that, there is no prerequisite. Rest is my responsibility, which I'm going to start from next Saturday. System setup. Yeah. Okay, so can you explain what stage do we require system design while developing a product in a product development cycle? Obviously, I'll discuss, Kunal. Yeah. So obviously, I'll discuss. Kisla is saying what job opportunity it will create prompt engineering or developer who creates this kind of a model. Everything falls under generative AI and AI ML, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so anyone who would like to like ask any question, raise your hand, guys. I think you have a raise hand option. No question, anyone? Okay, Kunal, go ahead. Let's talk. Yeah. Yes, Kunal, am I audible to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead with your question.
Actually, I was confused. Like,
And before that, one disclaimer. Hope all of you are okay with today's class. All of you are able to get some insight, some understanding. Yes, can I get yes or no in? So guys, see, feedback is very important. If something is going south, simple. So like give a feedback because it's your batch, it's your class. You will give a feedback because you are learning, right? So we both will be able to work in an efficient manner. If you will keep on giving a consistent feedback, sometime I'll go fast, sometime I'll go slow, right? Depends upon the topic as per me. If you will keep on giving a feedback, because see, in some batches people say that okay fine, add this topic which is not a part of syllabus. I mean, like, for me it's not a big deal. I used to add it and I will do that, right? Even for your batches, the way I used to do it for other batches. So give a feedback, understand, explore things, come ask a question, let's talk about it. That is important, right? And don't even think that like you are asking a silly question or you're asking a good question or bad question. It's completely fine. Question is question, not good, not bad, as per me. And I'm a mentor, so obviously I have to answer all your question. That's my responsibility at the end of the day. So never ever hesitate to ask a question. Never think that what other people will think. See, no one can see anyone right over here, only you can see me. Yeah. So no one is going to open up their camera. No one is going to see your face. It's completely fine. You are okay. So you are like behind a Zoom wall, by the way. So just never hesitate, because if you are going to hesitate, obviously you will like keep on doing same thing for a very long time, which is not good for you. Yeah. Do we need expertise in dynamic programming, DSA of learning? No, not at all. Not at all. But yes, if you are applying for product based companies, only product, not a startup, not MNCs, only for product based company, and that to a premium one, right? Then for a screening round, they are going to ask a DSA. That's the reason. So Ram comes into picture. His badge comes into a picture. Yeah. Please suggest ID for GenAI. See, there is not a specific ID for GenAI. It's a VS code that we are going to use, and we will be doing configuration next week, Saturday. Yeah. My background is semiconductor. In a DSL is attempting, I'm aiming to DFT with agentic generative AI like DFT AI methodology. NVIDIA would really appreciate your guidance how I can align my learning and the project. So first of all, Raja, let's try to learn a core generative AI. Then this NVIDIA thing that you're talking about, right? You will be able to find out in between itself. Yeah. Let's start the journey. Yes, Kunal, please go ahead. Sorry to stop you. Yeah,
yeah.
please go ahead.
Okay, so my question was related to distribution of work.
Hmm.
So, as there are multiple courses, system design, machine learning, data science,
Hmm.
generative
Hmm.
AI,
Hmm.
cloud deployment, ML
Hmm.
ops.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, even I don't want to do everything at a time. So, I have a
Hmm.
team working with me. So, how
Hmm.
shall I push everyone and distribute this work? And at which level each each what we say uh, each course will help my
Okay, so
colleague.
start
Yeah,
wise, Kunal, I'll simply say at least try to spend 3 to 4 months only on this one. So if you have joined this one, right? Then let's suppose if you are planning to like you are targeting maybe some sort of a product based companies, the premium one, right? Premium product based company, not all one, right? Then I will guide you that okay, fine. Now it's the time to do a system design. Now it's time to do a DSA. I'll guide you. I'll teach you at that point of time. I'll even tell you that now it's a time to start. At a time, only one. Believe me. Otherwise, it will be like a pretty much chaotic for you, and you will not be able to learn anything. Means literally anything. And based on my experience, because I'm teaching since last 8 years, I'm telling you this.
yeah.
Yes. So only
Actually,
one at a time.
uh, I have a different case here. I'm already in a company, and
Many of
due
us
to
are in company. Yeah.
no, no, I have a different case. So
Mhm.
due to some circumstances, and I have a executive position over here in a
Okay.
very early stage, in a
What is
2 year
your total?
stage.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
In a startup.
yeah, in a
Okay.
startup, and
Okay.
actually I was handling multiple things over here. So
Hmm.
yeah, and I deviated from tech thing, and
Got your point. Got your
yeah,
point.
I got multiple things to do, like
I agree.
compliances and all the things.
I got the sense of it, Kunal. I
Yeah,
got it.
but
Got
I'm
it.
coming back to tech again, and I
Uh,
want to lead my colleagues also into this. So
then
that's why.
simple. Then simple. No system design, no DSA, only GenAI. Nothing is required for you as of now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
how shall
Hmm.
I distribute my this other things, like I have other talents as well with me.
Hmm.
So one can do the ML ops, cloud deployment. So everything related
No.
to a product
In
development.
yeah, so in tech, first of all, try to build a kind of a team or try to build yourself in such a way that you understand the holistic overview of everything, right? Not in depth, but yeah, holistic overview, and then start dedicating it. So even for your team member, I'll simply suggest that try to build a holistic overview, a complete small MVPs and maybe a POCs kind of a product. They must be having capability to build it, and then dedicate all of these team member into a different segment, that you take care of the ops part, you take care of the architecture part, you take care of the application building part, or maybe a feature building part. So in this way you can try to configure your team, but first of all, holistic overview is very much important. So just start.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Saurabh, go ahead please. After that, Rahul. Yeah, Saurabh, go ahead. Okay, I think Saurabh, Rahul, please go ahead with your question.
Uh, Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, Rahul, you're audible.
Sir, can you please explain AI and difference between AI and generative AI in a simple term?
See, AI is nothing but a big umbrella. Generative AI is a subset of that, in a simple term.
According to processing, sir.
According to processing, I mean, like, it's not according to processing, I would say. It's according to either task or according to the data that we try to consume. So according to data or according to a task, if I have to tell you, so AI is a kind of a system which can try to take a decision, every kind of a decision automatically, just like a human being. And in general, we try to call that as a AGI, artificial general intelligence. We are not yet there, right? So people are saying that they're predicting that maybe in 10 years we will be there. So we are only able to build a AI which can predict, which can estimate, which can generate something. Yes. Now that is something
Okay.
called as AI. Now inside that, the segment of AI which works just on generation, generating a text, generating a images, or generating a pictures, or maybe generating movies or anything, right? Anything that it generates, and it can understand my natural language. That is something called as generative AI.
Yes, sir.
Now this
And
inside
sir,
this,
my
yeah, now inside this big umbrella, we have a statistical modeling, we have a machine learning, we have a deep learning, we have a computer vision. Statistical modeling means this is a segment of your AI umbrella, a big one. right? A big
Yes, sir.
decision maker, a self decision maker, you can say, right? A decision maker who can like take a decision automatically. Inside that statistical modeling, generally we don't do it. We do it in a research nowadays, and yeah, generally in a research, right? We try to use those statistical modeling a lot, mathematical modeling. And then we have a machine learning model generally being used for prediction, classification. Then we have a deep learning neural network. Again, generative AI has been derived from that deep learning plus NLP. If you combine deep learning plus NLP, then again, like that has been consumed inside a generative AI field, by the way. And then there is a computer vision. So where we just work with the images and videos. For example, self-driving car, right? It has to see the object, then it has to make a decision. Yeah, it has to see the line. Maybe your security camera, right, that you are using at home, in even in India. So on most of the street we have a vision based security camera. So if you are going to jump a traffic light, it will be able to take a picture of your number plate and file a challan automatically. So that is basically a vision based system, a CV based system. So that is also a part of a AI, basically. Like I said, big umbrella: statistical modeling, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, gen AI.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah, got it.
So my last question is, can you share your learning approach when you are learning something new?
See, for me, it's a complete building approach. I never, open up a book. I don't know, like maybe I can show you. Like I have my own library, so it's like 250, 70 kind of a book I have in every segment. In some philosophy, and I love poems, so I have poems as well. So I read more and more poem philosophy book wise, reading wise. When it comes to a tech, right, which I do, which I teach, which like a day and night I used to work with my team. I have a strong team for like tech things, uh, my own team. So basically my approach is learning, not just go and read something and then leave it. No, go, just look into it and start building it immediately, right? Start building it. Start like binding this entire things with the different like approaches with different systems, and then try to build POCs, MVPs as soon as possible. So that is my learning approach since a beginning itself, not just like since last 2 years, since last 11 year. That is the approach that I have.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, next one, Gitesh. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
Uh,
evening.
Sir, actually, this is regarding one use case which recently is in discussion in my company,
Hmm.
and it is at the stage of requirement gathering. So their use case is, sir, there is one tool called Confluence,
I
where
know
in that,
Confluence. Yeah.
yeah, so in that website, we have folders and we also have hyperlinks and all.
Hmm.
So the use case is like to read from all these folders and hyperlinks and
Hmm.
ask
Hmm.
some question and try to get some kind of relation with
Hmm.
other tools. So here my query is, sir, I understand like we can use RAG for the documents, but for this kind of website and hyperlink inside website and folder, I just wanted to know the path, sir. Like how can I, what the things I can learn for this?
I mean, like you are, what is your final goal? What is your final requirement from that hyperlink that you are storing or that you are trying to fetch? What is your requirement from that?
Requirement is to read the information and try to
From a URL.
find.
From URL.
Yes, yes.
And those
In
URLs are
that
open.
URL,
Those URLs are open URL, or it's like a proprietary.
those are open URL means I mean SSO is there, single sign on. Then after that
Okay.
it is open. Yeah.
Okay. So fine. You have a and you have approval for that, right? You have a SSO for that.
Yes, yes.
And then go ahead and scrap it. Then simple. Make a agent basically over here, and then like a agent will look for this like a basically it will look for the authorization, means login over there, and with the help of your like authorization, so try to log in and then try to scrap the entire website. As simple.
Okay, so in yeah, inside that website, different
Mm.
folders are there and also
Mm,
different
mm,
hyperlinks
mm,
are there. It is
mm,
redirecting to some other folders
mm,
and
mm,
we need to
mm.
read from that those places also.
Then you have to create a complete lineage graph, like a tree. You have to create like how deep you have to go, and then till that you have to like automate the process. So maybe with the help of agentic, or maybe you have to use a agentic browser. Nowadays you must be heard about the agentic browser approach. So where it can go, it can identify the particular segment and then click just like a human being. So you have to follow the agentic browser approach and then like extract the data. That is possible basically. with the help of
Okay.
agentic browser approach.
Okay.
Not a agentic like a framework, browser.
Okay. Agentic browser.
Yeah, yeah. We can do RPA for that. You can do RPA. RPA is technically a automation process, so obviously you can do it. But let's
Mhm.
suppose he is having Pavan is like Praveen is giving you an answer, so you can use RPA. Obviously, you can use RPA. It's a process of doing automation. But apart from that, if you are looking for a cutting edge, means the latest one, then I'll simply
Mhm.
suggest go ahead with the agentic because tomorrow maybe there will be folder inside folder, which today maybe you have not identified. Right. For that, you have not done the automation. In case of agentic, it will be able to learn and then it will be able to click like a human being. That is the
Okay.
advantage you can get.
Okay.
Yes, with UiPath and Power Automate, we can do it. Yeah, yes, we can do it for sure. This is like a very, very old kind of a task that we are doing it since a very long time. Okay, Venkatesh, go ahead with your question.
Hi Shubhanshu.
Yeah, hi.
Um, Actually, I have one doubt. Like for 10 plus years of experience,
Mm-hmm.
how the industry treats. I mean, the what are the expectations? Will they uh, will they treat us like a architect level or like
In
what are
general, in general, you can say you will be joining as a lead. In general, I'm talking about, right? In
what kind of
some
skills I yeah.
Yeah, so in some fine startups, so maybe they will give you architect position, but yeah, in general, if you have 10 years of experience, then lead you can say.
I mean, what kind of skills they would expertise? I mean, expert
As a
from.
lead, they will be expecting a core technical things. Means you must be aware about even till a low level coding. You must be aware about how to handle a team, how to deliver a features, how to deliver the complete product. They must be expecting that how you talk to your clients and then bring a requirement. So basically, you are supposed to be a package in yourself because you have spent a decade of life in IT industry. That will be the
Mhm.
expectation as per a current scenario I'm talking about. This was not the same. Like 3 or 4 year back, this was not the same. But now we all know the situation because of AI. So that will be the current expectation from you.
Yeah, but actually, I started my career as a, I mean, like non-technical. I mean, it's
That's
something.
fine. We all have
Uh,
started in different like a segment. Believe me, 90% of
Actually,
us.
from the last 4 years onwards, I have been into the data science field.
That's
So
fine. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Actually, I'm not that much level of expertise in end-to-end process of the complete data science or a generative AI. So how
Mhm.
could I can leverage up upskill myself to
Okay,
become that
go.
expertise?
Okay, just give a target of 6 months to yourself, right?
Hmm.
Just a 6 month of target, and then just go in a smooth flow. I won't say that no, take a pressure. See, things are not moving anywhere, right? Even after
Yeah.
6 months or even after 2 years, you will be able to get a good opportunity, right? It's just a matter of time that when you will be ready. So I'll simply say that in a routine wise manner, just try to upskill yourself. Just join the classes as of now, and whatever task I'm giving you, right? Just do that.
Mm.
Apart from that, nothing. At least for next 3 to 4 months, nothing means
Yeah.
literally nothing.
Yeah, actually I'm following for your videos from the past 5 years. Actually,
Boom.
I came to the data science field because of you only.
That's
Um,
amazing. Then you know the nature and you know the drill,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I understand. But in the real world scenarios, I'm working in the Deloitte company,
Hmm.
so I would ratherly get a not a long term project. I would ratherly get 6 months of project, 4 months of projects like that. I could not learn anything. I could not deliver anything much in the real time scenarios. So, for example, in my current in this year, I was working under 9 different projects.
Oh,
Uh,
in 1 year.
not I'm not a lead. I'm just a team member.
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, Not a lead. I'm that's what I'm feeling is to lead something like I would get the end-to-end flow. So but in my scenarios, in the real time scenarios, not for me, for some of my colleagues and my friends also, they are rather say they are saying that for the data science field we don't get the much long term projects. We are getting the one short term projects only. That is why we are not expertise in a particular field.
Hmm.
That is the most happening in the IT industry for the data science people. If for example, if you are I am currently working in the life science domain. So I have joined doing this project on the May 16th. now my yesterday, I mean the day before yesterday, my project got over rolled off, and I am searching for the another project. So in this year, I have been into the 9 different projects, four of the
Hmm.
generative AI, four of the five of the data science projects. But these are not a long term project. So 2 weeks of the project, 1 week of the project. If I'm learning something about the domain, if I'm getting the entire workflow, the work is getting off rolled off. So that is why I could not able to
See, yeah. So Venkatesh, simple thing is, world will not work as per you, and vice versa, right? You should not work as per a world. You should
mm,
define your own journey. So if something is not working out, change a company. That option you have, right? Maybe talk to your manager, talk to your director, talk to your senior that no, I'm not liking it, so try to assign me in this one. And then when you are like saying it, when you're trying to change a job, obviously you must be prepared. Even when you're talking to your manager or director, so with the authority, you should go and say that I have this much of expertise. Maybe you can use me in some better places where I can create more values for you, right? And people are going to place you. So you have to ask, right? Maybe internal or maybe external, but you have to take your own move. Otherwise, you will keep on floating from here to there, and people loves it, right? Believe me, your manager, your actor is going to love it. They're loving it. That's the reason they're doing it to you, because that
yeah.
that that never happens like with everyone, right? So simple suggestion that don't expect that world is going to work and they are going to like fulfill your dream. So it's your dream, so you have to fulfill it. Work for it, hustle for it, ask for it, fight for it, do whatever it takes, but do it.
Actually, I'm keeps on asking my resource manager and my current managers
Hmm.
about that my skill matching. I mean, I have been asked them. I want the data science project, so
Hmm.
they have deployed in the data science project. But from the past 4 months onwards, I'm just doing the some kind of
Change a company,
exercise.
Venkatesh. If it is
Mm,
that much painful, then change the company. Plan for like a
yeah,
changing the company. That's a like a only option that is left, right? Maybe
yeah,
you can exercise that option. You already always have that option, right? So we all have option at
yeah, yeah,
every time. So just do it. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't think that anyone is going to work, or maybe don't expect. I'll simply say to the people that if you would like to like live a peaceful life, then limit your expectation. Believe me, you will be at peace, and you will enjoy. Yeah, fine. Ritik, go ahead, please, with a question.
Yeah, sir. I have 1 years of experience in a backend development, so I
Hmm.
want to just ask what the skills which I need for the generative AI role. Can you please tell me?
So simple as of now, basic of Python, which I told you,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go and revise, and then rest I will be taking care of.
No, no. Yeah, I know these things because I am working as a backend engineer in a fast API, and I
Hmm.
also do some of the project in Python and Django as well.
Yesterday you told me, I remember. Yeah.
No, no, no.
Okay. So there was someone else. Okay. Fine.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Thanks.
So you have a question, further question, Ritik?
No, no, no.
Okay. Okay. Great. Kisle, please go ahead with your question.
Okay, so hi Sudhanshu,
Hmm.
good evening. And
Yeah.
today,
Good evening.
really, the session was helpful because I'm able to relate myself with generative AI now.
Mm-hmm.
Because previously my thinking was different. Like I was thinking about prompt engineering and all.
Oh,
So now,
no, no,
but
it's not like that. Prompt engineering is nothing. So yeah.
okay. So actually, working on Copilot, I think that was a kind of generative AI. So, so
Okay,
thank you for
okay.
that.
I mean, like, yeah, different people will be having. See, your perception will change in every class. Believe me. Start joining the classes, right? So whatever perception that we are able to build today, believe me, it will keep on changing in every classes as you will progress, and maybe in next 2 to 3 months, you will be able to build a final perception about the generative AI.
एंड उस पे भी सोने पे सुहागा हुआ कि
हाँ,
आई वाज ट्रेन ऑन जनरेटिव एआई ई जीरो
okay,
by
okay,
my company and it
okay.
was completely prompt engineering, so I was very much sure that it
वो
is prompt
टाइम पास होता है
engineering
वहां
and
पर, हम लोग सबको पता है क्या
uh,
होता है उधर कंपनी ट्रेनिंग में क्या होता है, वो टाइम पास होता है कि उनको लर्निंग
बिल्कुल
करवानी है उनको, पेपर में न्यूज छपवाना है कि आई हैव ट्रेन्ड 1 लाख पीपल बेसिकली, क्योंकि
करेक्ट
क्लाइंट लेके उनको आना होता है कि मेरे पास इतने वर्क फोर्स हैं फॉर लाइक वी ऑल नो द गेम, सो आपको भी पता है हमको भी पता है तो
जी
लेट्स
जी जी
ठीक है,
एंड वन मोर
सारी
थिंग
जगह
है
वैसे ही हो रहा है.
जी, जी. And one more thing is like we know that this is going to disrupt the market, right? Generative AI. So
Yeah, already started. Yeah, yeah.
my concern is like how it is going to impact the job scenario. Like the developers' role are going
See,
to be
new
limited.
opportunities already been created. That's the reason you are learning generative AI. That's the reason there is a position called a generative AI on every level, right? So new opportunity have already started emerging, and that's the reason. So company have started opening the position. Every company is hiring. Tell me which company is not hiring for generative AI, which company is not hiring for MLI engineer, right? Maybe they are
Correct.
not hiring for DevOps engineer. Maybe they are not hiring for some other engineers, but they are hiring for this.
Yeah, actually, I got rejected in Wells Fargo.
Hmm.
Then I started checking your videos.
Okay.
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 So,
Yeah.
like 10, 15 days back, I got
Okay.
rejected in the first round itself because
Oh,
he clearly asked me about generative AI. I said
okay.
no.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my question one is like we all know that the big people are talking about the bubble, AI bubble and all. So is it true that it is not going to be a hit? And if it is going to flop, then how generative AI will survive in the market?
After looking into this domain, what do you think?
No, it's going to be super hit.
Exactly. Right. See,
Yeah.
it's anything is going to survive if it is creating a real value. Real value means in terms of maybe a money, maybe in terms of saving a time, or maybe in terms of fast tracking a process. Right. Three
Mm-hmm.
different on a very high level. This is what I understand. Right. As per my experience, that these are the three values. So yes, it
Mm-hmm.
is trying to contribute in all of those three pillar values which I have talked about. So if
Mm-hmm.
technology is doing that, it will survive. People are calling it hype or something because see, I mean, like these are like those people. Maybe they have never written a single line of a code. They have never built a kind of a system. They will just come on social media and they will start giving a gyan, right? And
Correct.
once you are going to ask them that what is AI or what is generative AI, they will say prompt engineering. Chatting with
Correct.
Chat GPT is AI. I mean, like really? so so this is and world is full of these kind of a people, and those who are literally building it, they're quiet, they're not talking about it in that way. They're talking about like a technology, a core part, na10 mcp a2a. So even that segment of people you are able to see right in a market
Correct.
over a
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn. Those are the real people. And they never talk about that AI is a hype. Never. Just go and talk to any one of them and never, no one will say because they know the reality. They know that
Mm-hmm.
where we were 3 year back, right? Or maybe 5 year back.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe when I have started 11 or 12 year back when I have started my career. So what was AI or how we were using AI and now how these things have changed. So we have seen that journey. People never say that it's hype. Yeah, they'll never
Correct.
say that hype. People are saying even in media so that the 95% project is failing. I mean, like uh, generally managers or directors or maybe VP level people, so they initiate a project, right? Now, whenever new
Mm-hmm.
technology comes, they say that okay, fine, start doing experimentation just in a FOMO, and then like they say that without even understanding, right? When AI was coming into a market, when data science was getting popularity 5 years, 6 year back, right? So at that point of a time, every manager, every director, they are saying that integrate AI, integrate AI, integrate AI, integrate ML, integrate DL, deep learning, integrate computer vision into this one, right? I mean, like wherever it was not required, they said that no, integrate it. I mean, like this is not how tech builds. And if that kind of a people are driving the entire things, obviously it will fail. And then news will come in a market that okay, 95% of the AI project has failed. It's not like that, right? People are able to build a valuable framework. People are able to build a valuable product. People are able to build a valuable wrapper. People are getting fired who are not able to upskill. There is a reality, right?
Correct.
When
Mhm.
people are getting fired, so just check the company's revenue. Company's revenue has increased.
Increased
How?
drastically. Yeah. Mm.
How? If no one is using AI, if AI is not generating revenue, if AI is not generating a values, then why people are getting fired and still companies generate? It's not like companies in loss and then firing. No, that is not a situation. So now
No,
the
no, no.
current situation is companies in profit and still they are firing so that they can generate more profit, right?
Correct.
So, someone is
Mhm.
doing a job, right? Because if company is getting into a profitability, means workload has increased. This is how we can understand the like normal economics.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Still, they are getting, so in that situation, ideally they should hire more people, but no, they're firing.
Correct. Mhm.
Means someone doing the job, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So AI is real, and just see next 5 to 10 years. And those who is talking about like hype or something, I don't know. Like I don't want to even like
Mhm.
initiate a discussion with them. I'll say no. I don't know anything about AI. I'm okay with it. So let's be in peace. Simple.
Okay,
So
one,
those who say
one.
such lines, right? Simply say that, okay, I don't know. I don't know AI. What is AI? Like I don't know about it. And then like move on.
Okay, one last question is like
Hmm.
I'm a Python developer and
Ah.
I'm better than an average person working on Python.
Hmm.
So, like I'm concerned that how much time I will have to give it to for regular because I'm a senior person in the team and like
For next
work-wise
no
I'm bit
next
busy.
yeah next 3 months spend only time with me in live classes, right? Just like in this way, spend time with me, you will learn a lot, you will see a lot, and then like if I'm giving you a task, do it on time. If I'm not giving you that weekdays is going to be like uh, maybe like a break period or leisure period for you. So
बस ज्यादा नहीं.
just go in that manner. Yeah, don't take much of
Okay.
tension, you don't have to do much. Yeah.
And the GitHub account you were talking about, can we create POC like the way you are telling us to create the model? Can we create POC and store the code over there?
Everyone is doing that, right? So
Mhm.
ideally, everyone should do it. If you're a part of tech industry, then ideally you should do it.
Correct. Okay. Great.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks a lot,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Thanks. Okay, Bishwajit, go ahead, please.
Hey, hi, Sudhanshu.
Hi.
See, in our company, we are trying to migrate our legacy system into a new proprietary product.
Okay.
So, for that, we are using Amazon Q to
Hmm.
get the business. We have connected with Jira, Confluence, and everything. But
Hmm.
is it possible to connect that with the DB? Uh,
Hmm.
like from Amazon Q to DB directly, can we connect? Is there any limit on connecting that? I mean, a
Um,
full database, can we dump it into
how much data
LLM?
you have? On which database you
Uh,
would like to connect?
right, it is Oracle database right now. So we
Okay.
are
Okay.
using MCP. I mean, internally we have built an MCP to connect for Jira and Conference. But
So basically,
database
through
is quite
MCP,
heavy.
through MCP, you
Yeah.
are doing a communication, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. So from Amazon Q to a Oracle databases, you are like thinking of dumping a data. Oh,
Yes, correct.
and volume of the data.
Volume is very high. It's an banking application, so the data is quite high. So I'm
Hmm.
not sure, like, is there any limit? Because we are able to do for Jira and Confluence, which is like is not major. But database we are still looking for because when you use MCP, there it always, if you give a big context, it says 74% is already full.
Hmm.
So that's where we are not sure, like, if we can connect into the DB or is there any limit for that? So,
Okay. So basically, whatever chat is happening inside Amazon Q, you would like to store that into a.
yeah, we are trying to build the business document. Like this is how the process is working through the from Oracle database itself. I mean, we are trying to understand that this is the source of truth and connect it with Jira and Confluence. Get whatever the ticket has already been created. We want to verify with the DB to
Hmm.
see it as a source of truth, and then build a simple BRD kind of a document.
Got it. Then it's
Uh,
a
uh,
application of RAG, by the way. Yeah, it's an application of RAG. So I think you should start implementing
uh,
the RAG and try to store each and everything inside a vector database. So maybe into a Facebook AI similarity search, FISS, maybe into a Chroma DB, maybe into a Pinecone, maybe into a Quadrant, or maybe even Amazon is providing you a vector databases. So if you are using complete
actually.
AWS stack, yeah.
Actually, I'm quite new to this AI, I mean, this
Okay,
AI
just
part, so I'm
then
not aware
wait
of.
for some
Yeah.
time. I think you will be able to get a solution in 4 to 5 weeks itself because by that time we'll be there. Yeah, RAG will
Okay.
like try to complete in a and plus we will end up building multiple projects. But yeah, your application is technically a RAG application.
Okay. Okay.
It's a pure RAG application by the way that you are like building it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, next one. Suam, please go ahead.
Yeah, yes, Taju. So first I'll give my background and then maybe we'll ask my question after that. So I
Mm-hmm.
have around 10 years of experience and I'm currently working with a big four company. And I started in a service-based company. So actually my package is on lower side and I'm currently working on a RAG application. It's a quite good application as well as with this course I will learn about the MCPs, agents and everything, right? But making a switch, I think because I want to go on a level up because big fours are already good, but I want to go for a level up. But just I wanted to understand like there are two things I know like which I need to learn DSA and system design. But how much I should learn, because DSA I have some knowledge, I have done some projects as well, but not that hands-on experience. Similarly, for system design, I haven't done any courses yet. Just the knowledge I have gained in 10 years of experience, like how the applications and everything work, how we can scale them. That much knowledge I have. So,
Hmm.
what should I learn then? Because
Okay, so DSA wise, I will say just a pattern based problem statement. Try to solve it maybe for a array linked list, and like this array linked list, some sort of a problem from the tree segment, some of the problem from the graph segment. On an average, 100 question to 150 question, I believe you should practice, because if people are going to ask you some question, that will fall under these 100 pattern based questions. Part number one for DSA. And again, it is important if you are going to apply for a product based companies. How much DSA you should learn? So I think Anjali Seal has already created a 10 to 12 hour lecture. So whenever you are able to get a time, half an hour, half an hour, half an hour, half an hour daily. So maybe take a time for maybe next 20 days, 25 days, and then every day just try to watch half an hour, half an hour, half an hour. That is more than enough.
okay, understood.
Yeah.
Uh,
Got it? Yeah.
yeah, that. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, fine, everyone. So thank you so much for joining the session. Hope all of you have liked it, and all of you are liking this, discussion and conversation that we are having. Yes, everyone, not liking it? Okay, like. So now with that, thank you so much, everyone. I think agenda for next week is final. So we are going to learn API things. We are going to do a system setup, and then we are going to start with the like an entire class. Till then, take rest. If you have a time, and if you don't know Python, maybe go try to learn a little bit. That's a homework for this particular manner, this particular week. And yeah, so let's start a discussion. A technical discussion is going to start next Saturday. And if you have like any kind of a question, just ask me. But don't never hesitate. Maybe in your own language you can ask question. I can try to answer. Yeah, already a fan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Yeah, have a great day, night ahead.